we're back. Guys, real quick, before we get into the video. This is Garrison Brothers, and it's Garrison Brothers Guadalupe. And it's the single best thing to happen in my bourbon life, which relatively, I'm still a relative newbie. But my God, guys, it's the best. It's the best thing I've ever drank. I mean, it's simply spectacular. And I cannot say, like, we're going to leave it at that. This is the single greatest endorsement for bourbon that I have given you to date and that I may ever give you. I can tell you that Garrison Brothers, owning the entire, I bought 2 bottles of Garrison's on my recent shopping spree of bourbon. And the other one, the Honeydew, very excited about that. Very, very excited to try that. I'm going to need a moment to celebrate. I need a celebration moment in order to crack that one open. I had a moment to celebrate. I'm not going to tell you what it was, but I had a moment to celebrate last week, and holy shit. Holy shit. It's the best thing I've ever had. It's incredible. Let's jump into the video because I could just talk about drinking all day here. So let's talk about what your job is as a buyer in this climate. And for those of you who missed the memo in the previous video, back injury, can't haul the heavy chair down the stairs, Home Depot bucket is the chair for this week. Thanks a lot. So your job as a buyer in this market, there is there's a part of being a human, I think, where we like to win, right? And we like to come out on top. And if there are 2 opposing forces where one person wants this and one person wants this, you want this, right? And you don't want them to have this, and you don't even really want to come to the middle. You want what you want. I get it, as am I. I like what I like, and I'm like, well, I want to win, right? Because I'm competitive, right? But in this real estate climate, guys, and really in any real estate climate, your job is to find middle ground, okay? Your job is not to always come out the most ahead. Oftentimes, your job is to not get screwed, but not worry about making up all the ground, right? And having all of the winning chips in your corner. So I'll give you an example of this. We got some clients that are under contract on basically a spec home that's about 2-3 months from being completed right now. So most of the things that you would pick in building a custom home, well, they've already been picked, right? Because it's a house that's been under construction for, 5 months, and there's a couple months left on it. And there was, we were negotiating this deal, right? Myself and Heidi, who's the other. If you ever require real estate help from us, you might hear from me, you might hear from Heidi. They're interchangeable, right? We both work on the real estate side of the 1911 syndicate. So, there's a few things that we had to negotiate, and we kind of hit this point of like, where I basically advised, hey, don't push any further than this. Basically, we had a scenario where, I'm not going to go into everything because obviously some of this stuff is just confidential, but a scenario where, hey, look, we're making a request for the basement to be built, and they came in with, hey, look, here's the number for the basement to be built, and if you guys do that, we'll also give you $5,000 in upgrades that you can pick which upgrades you would like to do, right? Outside of the basement. Like if you wanted to, I don't know, whatever, right? There's a lot of custom upgrades that you could do at home. And frankly, in this climate, $5,000 worth of, I wouldn't call it free shit, but $5,000 worth of like concessions that a builder just volunteers, like, hey, if you guys want to do this deal and do this basement, we'll give you an extra $5,000 worth of stuff that you can pick and we'll handle it for you. That's a really good offer. Like, that's actually a really good offer. Like, to me, that's in the category of like, not like I'm going to kiss your ass, Mr. Builder, for like being the best human being in the world, but it's like, nah, good on you, dude. Because like in this climate, you could basically concede nothing and you're still going to sell your house. I'm speaking on broad terms there, but for the most part, I'm correct, which is you can give very little or no ground and you're still going to sell your house, right? And the builder volunteered like, hey, we'll give you an extra $5,000. And it was actually a little bit more, neither here nor there. But I advised them, because sort of the question came up like, well, should we push a little harder since they offered us that? My opinion was no, okay? Now, I'll be the first to admit, I'm not a hardcore negotiator, right? The crap that you guys watch on reality TV, well, that's not reality. I get it. It's called reality TV. Sorry, everyone. Back is just, right? That's not reality. That's reality TV. It is designed for your entertainment value, not to teach you about how the world works, because that's called a fucking documentary, right? Reality TV is designed for your entertainment value. Take it with a grain of salt, right? So what you see is the hardcore negotiation. That's not what I do. I seek middle ground, which is, okay, you want this, you want this. The correct answer, 99 times out of 100, is somewhere in the middle, where you get some and you give some, you get some and you give some, right? Everyone gets a little and gives a little. That is where the answer is. So I'm telling you this because I think it's important that really in any real estate climate that I think you have that approach, which is, hey, we're gonna hopefully get some of the things that we want, and we're also gonna concede a little bit. The best deals are the ones where it's in the middle and no one's perfectly happy. No one got everything they wanted, but everyone got some of what they wanted, and they made some concessions in the process. At the end of the day, guys, right now, the rules of the game are the rules of the game, which is it is a seller's market and they can get away with a lot. So you need to mentally go into buying a home right now going, hey, look, we're on the defense, right? Like we're playing defense right now. Like the seller, they have the offensive position, right? They're controlling the ball. We are defensive, trying to mitigate our losses and not get screwed over, but understanding we don't have a lot of leverage here, because if we push too hard, they'll just be like, no, we'll just go with the next buyer that was interested in it, right? So that's what I'm trying to get across. You can't really change the rules of the game. All you can do is try to find that spot where you can live with it. You got some good stuff. You gave up some stuff that you'd rather not give up, if you're being honest, but that's actually the correct answer. I don't know why, but I feel like this is a really smart video, everyone. So that's it. That's it. That's going to be the end of the damn show today. We got a sleeping dog. We got Home Depot buckets. We've got the best bourbon I've ever had. Again, Garrison Brothers Guadalupe. Guys, I hope next week I have something I'm going to be able to show you guys that I am beyond excited about. Beyond excited about, okay? And hell, well, we'll see. We'll see if it comes in this week. I'm really freaking excited about it, though. 1911syndicate.com if you need real estate help. It's basic. We're regular people, and we help out cool people, right? We're not going to try to put, I'm not going to throw on the suit and tie and show up in a Prius just because that's what a realtor's supposed to do. That's not what we do. We're like real human beings. We talk like regular humans, and sometimes there's a dog at showings with us, believe it or not, and there's guns in the truck. And fortunately, our clients are really cool with that stuff. So, nice to see all your lovely faces. Pet your dogs. Feed them good food, not dry bullshit from like the pet store. Like, get them some good food, everyone, which would be raw. That's your pro tip for the day. See you, everyone.